All right, well, good morning. Thank you for being here today. My name is Meg Heap, and I'm the United States Attorney. And joining me here today is Tanya Groover with the United States Attorney's Office. We have Steve Schrank, the Special Agent in charge with Homeland Security Investigations. We have, we moved around, Vlad Francis, he is the Field Office Director of the ICE Removal and Enforcement Operations. We have Greg Alvarez, the Field Office Director with the United States Customs and Border Patrol. Brad Snyder, the Resident Special Agent in charge with the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Joseph Waller, the Resident in charge with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Brian Viella, with the Assistant Special Agent in charge with the Drug Enforcement Administrations. And then we have Brett Hall, United States Marshal's Office with the Southern District of Georgia. First, I want to extend my sincere appreciation to the agencies that played a critical role in this investigation. This effort was led by Homeland Security Investigations with Steve Schrank at the helm, also with the vital assistance from the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement and Removal Operations, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the Internal Revenue Service, Criminal Investigations, the United States Department of Labor, the Office of the Inspector General, the United States Marshal Service, the Georgia State Patrol, and Assistant United States Attorneys Tanya Groover, Ryan Bondura, Kelsey Scanlon, and Greg Galuli. This outcome is the direct result of their hard work and commitment. Such an undertaking can only be accomplished through combined efforts, resources, and dedication of these agencies working together with a shared goal. The Department of Justice mission is to reduce illegal employment and prevent employers from gaining an unfair advantage by hiring unauthorized workers and exploiting those workers. This is an ongoing investigation, and we are limited as to what we can discuss. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Steve Schrank to give more information on the matter. Thank you, Steve.
Great. Thank you, Meg. Good morning, and thank you all for coming. My name is Stephen Schrank. I'm the Special Agent in charge of Homeland Security Investigations for the states of Georgia and Alabama. Yesterday, Homeland Security Investigations, in coordination with our law enforcement partners, executed a judicial search warrant as part of an ongoing criminal investigation into allegations of unlawful employment practices and serious federal crimes. This operation underscores our commitment to protecting jobs for Georgians and Americans, ensuring a level playing field for businesses that comply with the law, safeguarding the integrity of our economy, and protecting workers from exploitation. The investigation resulted in the arrest of 475 individuals and is focused on ensuring accountability for those who violate the law and uphold the rule of law. Complex cases like this require strong collaboration and extensive investigative efforts. And we extend our gratitude to ICE Enforcement and Removal Operations, the United States Department of Labor, Office of Inspector General, FBI, DEA, Customs and Border Protection, ATF, IRS, U.S. Marshals, and the Georgia State Patrol for their invaluable support. Each agency contributed specialized experience that was critical to the success of this lengthy operation. Together, we are sending a clear and unequivocal message that those who exploit our workforce, undermine our economy, and violate federal laws will be held accountable. I'd like to add that this was not an immigration operation where agents went into the premises, rounded up folks, and put them on buses. This has been a multi-month criminal investigation where we have developed evidence, conducted interviews, gathered documents, and presented that evidence to the court in order to obtain a judicial search warrant. Yesterday, we executed that search warrant and gathered additional evidence that will support this investigation. There are no criminal charges being announced today, but this is an ongoing matter. While we were on the premises, we did encounter many hundreds of individuals. Of those, as I previously mentioned, 475 were illegally present in the United States or in violation of their presence in the United States, working unlawfully, who have entered through a variety of different means into the United States, some that illegally crossed the border into the United States, some that came in through visa waiver and were prohibited from working, some that had visas and overstayed their visas. And each individual was questioned on their status, their documents were checked, their backgrounds were checked, and ultimately through coordination of our experts and attorneys in the background, those that were found to be illegally present were then detained and turned over to ICE enforcement and removal operations custody. But this is all in furtherance of the ongoing investigation where we are looking at employment practices. We made seizures yesterday as part of that to gather additional evidence and conducted interviews and are continuing this ongoing investigation. We will take some limited questions at this time.
Of the 475, how many were Korean nationals? The Korean media are reporting as many as 300.
There was a majority of Korean nationals from the 475. I don't have the exact nationality breakdown for you, but we can likely get that after the fact.
Were these employees of HLGA Battery? Were they employees of construction contractors that were doing construction work on the site? Who they work for?
As we had determined through our investigation in advance and certainly experienced yesterday, there was a network of subcontractors and subcontractors for the subcontractors there. So the employees worked for a variety of different companies that were on the site. It was not just the parent company, but also subcontractors, and we're unveiling that whole network.
But some of them work for the parent company, is that right? The battery, HLGA?
Yeah, we continue to work on the investigation of who exactly worked for what companies.
Where are these 475 people now?
They are in the custody of ICE enforcement and removal operations.
Where?
Most were brought to the Folkston D-Ray facility last night, and they will be moved based on their individual circumstances beyond that.
Yes, ma'am.
WTOC has been investigating and reporting on the presence of undocumented workers on the site for about a year now, and so this has kind of been something that's been known to some extent in the local community. What is it that prompted Homeland Security investigations to look into this?
Yeah, we are aware, and we have monitored that reporting as well. We have also received many leads from community members, from prior workers. We have conducted many arrests through immigration operations throughout the state of Georgia. Employees that, when encountered, informed us that they worked there. We have interviewed folks, and we have developed evidence over the course of many months in support of the investigation.
What are some potential consequences that the company could face, or is that something you can speak to right now?
I don't want to speculate on ultimate. This is an ongoing investigation. No charges have been filed, so that means that no wrongdoing is being accused at this time.
Yes, ma'am.
I had a question. Was anyone injured during the process? Did anyone die during the process of this raid?
There were no substantial uses of force. There were no injuries reported, other than one individual was overheating a little bit and was treated on scene, and one agent suffered a minor laceration while conducting it, but no significant injuries.
Okay, and then during the process, you said this was a multi-month process. Can you kind of, I guess, give how many months did it take? I guess is my question.
This has been ongoing throughout this year.
So can we say January?
I don't have the exact start date of the investigation.
Yes, ma'am.
How does this operation compare to other operations in the state of Georgia and across the nation? Was this one of the largest ones, or can you kind of give us an idea of how big this was?
This, in fact, was the largest single-site enforcement operation in the history of Homeland Security investigations.
Okay, any last
Across
question?
the country.
Across the country, yes.
Last question?
Yeah, did HLGA Battery, did they use E-Verify in their employment practices?
I don't want to answer for them.
One quick one.
Is there any evidence of labor trafficking at this point?
That is something that is always part of our investigations when we're doing employment investigations. As I've indicated, there have been no charges filing, but it is certainly something that we will be looking for.